क्लाम्बरधरं विष्णुं शशिवर्णं चतुर्भुजं प्रसन्नवदनं ध्यायेत् सर्वविघ्नोपशान्तये. Om. Dear friends, we were seeing the most a very important sloka in the Gita, that is Karmanyeva adhikaraste ma phaleshu kadachana. We saw it in the last, we saw it yesterday. That is, Krishna was saying, whatever action you do it in alignment with the cosmic will. There was a term called Ishwararpana Buddhi. That is, you are offering your work to the Lord. That is, whatever work I do, it is a sort of offering to the Lord. So with that spirit, if you have to do work. So that is what he was saying. So that, what was the advantage? He said, then the karma phala will not taint you. Otherwise, if you are seeking the fruit of the karma, if you are seeking the phalam of the karma phala will come, not immediately, but maybe one janma later, or 2 janmas later, or 10 janmas later, but it is going to come. And then a person is bound in that chain of birth and death. So if you want to reduce that burden, and then neutralize some of the past karma also, you don't seek the karma phala and you keep doing it as a sort of offering to God. And when you are doing every karma as a sort of offering to God, naturally you will be doing only whatever is dharma. Whatever is dharma only you will be doing, and you will not commit some adharma. And you don't say, and certainly if I am committing some adharma, I will not say, okay, it is an offering to Lord. I will not say. In our Sandhya Vandana, there is one shloka, Kayena Sandhya Vandana, that is the daily prayers we know. In that, Kayena Vacha Manasendriyairva Buddhyatmana va Prakrute Swabhavat Karomi Yadyat Sakalam Parasmai Narayana iti Samarpayami. That is, whatever I do with my Kayena, with the body, Manasa, with the mind, Vacha, Kayena Manasa Vacha, with my walk, Kayena Manasa Vacha, whatever with all my body and indriyas, karomi yadyat, sakalam parasmai narayana. Whatever I do, it is narayana, it is samarpayami. I am offering to Narayana. When I am saying I am offering to that Narayana, I will not do some sinful act and then say this is offered to Narayana. Naturally, many of my actions will be filtered. So with that frame of mind, many actions will be filtered, and gradually that will also have a positive impact on my mind. That is, gradually various negative activities will come to an end. Slowly they will stop. So that was what we were seeing yesterday. And he said, the next sloka also we read, that is, Yogastha kuru karmani sangam tyaktva dhananjaya siddhya siddhyos samo bhutva. We read only the first line. Second line we were supposed to read. Yogastha kuru karmani. Yogastha means yoge sthitaha. In what yoga? That is karma yoga. You be stable. You be stationed in that karma yoga. That is, let your frame of mind be in that karma yoga. And in that frame of mind, that you do karma, that is with that Ishwararpana Buddhi, in alignment with God's will, or in tune with cosmic will, or putting yourself in the shoes of God. Use whatever phrase you want. But then you are aligning yourself with the divine scheme. That is, divine scheme is the divine being wants good to everybody. He doesn't want evil to anybody. So do something which is useful for the society, for all the people. So that is what he was saying. Sangam tyaktva dhananjaya. Then siddhya siddhyos samo bhutva. Whether that siddhi, whatever objective has been aimed at, if it is achieved, it is called siddhi. Sadhanam is a means. Sadhyam is something which can be achieved by sadhanam, is what is called sadhyam. Sadhana is a means. Sadhyam is what can be achieved by sadhana. Siddhi means that attainment, that achievement. So siddhi, asiddhi, that is achievement or non-achievement. Don't be concerned with that. Siddhya siddhyos samo bhutva samatvam yoga uchyate. Samatvam. This word samatvam is something which is used in the Gita in several contexts. Various other places. Later also, Krishna is going to see Shunichaiva Shvapakecha Panditaha Samadarshinaha. He is going to say Samadarshinaha. Then Yesham Samye Sthitam Manaha. He is going to say Samya, Samatvam, Samyam, one and the same. Then Nirdosham Hi Samam Brahma. He is going to say, like that in several places, he is going to use that word Sama, Samyam, Samyatvam, Samatvam, not Samyatvam, Samatvam. So what is this Samatvam? Samatvam is that evenness of mind. That is, you have risen above this raga and dvesha. When something comes, you don't welcome it, you don't very joyfully jump about, and something good comes, you don't jump about and then you don't welcome it. And when something bad happens, you don't cry, you don't sit in the room and then you don't cry. So that is samatvam. Sukha dukkhe same krutva, he has told earlier also. So siddhi asidhyos samo bhutva samatvam yoga uchyate. Samatva is that evenness of mind which is capable of taking either good or bad in its stride. Not being very, very jubilant when something when something good happens, and not feeling totally depressed when something bad happens. So that is what is samatva. And panditas samadarshinaha, that is panditaha, the people who have that atmajnana, they are the people who see Brahman everywhere. So in that context, sama means Brahman. So this word sama is used in 2-3 different levels. That is at the level of sadhana. Now we are talking about Arjuna, who is supposed to be stationed in Karma Yoga. And he has to be stationed in Karma Yoga, and he has to perform his duty as a Kshatriya. From his point of view, samatvam is a sadhana. Sadhana is a particular means. So in that particular frame, he should not bother for what is the result. He has to just do his job. He need not bother for what is the result. And at this higher level, what is this samatvam? At a higher level, at the level of a jnani, jnani is able to see everything as Brahman, as a manifestation in that Brahman. So panditaha samadarshinaha shunichaiva shvapakecha, when he says like that, if you see a dog, or if you see a dog eater, or if you see an elephant, if you see a cow, you see a brahmana, you see anything, whatever you see, you are seeing the manifestation of the divine. You see the manifestation of Brahman. In that, that is what is Sankhya Buddhi. That is oneness. And he also knows, and he also realizes that he himself, when you are saying that the dog is Brahma, what about you? You are also that part of that. Not part, you are also that. You are also a manifestation in that supreme consciousness. So at a higher level. So this word samatvam has been used at 2 levels. One level, the sadhana level, with which we are talking about in the case of Arjuna, and this jnani level. At the jnani level, he is a realized person who sees Brahman everywhere. So samatvam yoga uchyate. Right now we are talking at Arjuna's level, that is at the level of karma yoga. And he says, now the next shloka, 49th shloka. Durena hyavaram karma buddhi yoga dhananjaya buddhau sharanam krupana phalahetavaha. Durena hyavaram karma. Karma is avaram, he says. Avara. We know the word called vara. Vara. Who is vara? Vadhu and vara, we know these 2 words. Vadhu is the bride and vara is the bridegroom. Vara, literally it means the chosen person. Vara, vrunite. That is somebody who has been chosen. Somebody who has been chosen to be the person. So that is vara, varaniyaha, varenyam bhargaha. What is this? Our Sandhya Vandana, this Gayatri mantra also says, varenyam bhargaha. So varam means something which is shreshtam, something which is chosen. Avaram means not something which is shreshtam, not shreshtam. So durena hyavaram karma. That is, this karma is something which is far inferior. Durena means very far, far inferior. Not only inferior in the ordinary sense of word, but in an extreme sense of the word. It is durena hyavaram karma. So this karma is very, very inferior compared to what? Buddhi yogat. Hey Dhananjaya. He is addressing Arjuna as Dhananjaya. We know that Dhananjaya is one of the names for Arjuna. Arjuna has several names. Arjuna, Falguna, Partha, Kiriti, Shvetavahana, etc., etc. In fact, all these names, Arjuna himself tells Uttara. In this, in the Virata Parva, when they go to war, Uttara is so frightened. Uttara Kumar is so frightened to see the Kaurava army. Then Arjuna reveals himself, I am Arjuna. If you are Arjuna, you tell me all your names. So he also tests Arjuna. So Arjuna again tells what all he had done earlier, and then why he is called Falguna, why he is called Partha, etc., etc. He tells all the names. So like that, Dhananjaya is one of the names. So Durena Hyavaram Karma Buddhi Yoga. So this word Buddhi Yoga is also used in the next 3 or 4 or 5 shlokas. In the next 4 or 5 shlokas, Krishna is using the word Buddhi Yoga. And Buddhi Yoga is no separate yoga. Whenever there is a new word, we should not be afraid. This Buddhi Yoga is not different from Karma Yoga only. Here, Buddhi is referring to that Karma Yoga frame of mind. We have to remember that Buddhi Yoga means that Karma Yoga frame of mind is called Buddhi Yoga. That's all. And we are not talking about the Sankhya Buddhi. Sankhya Buddhi, of course, later this Buddhi can be used for that Sankhya also. Sankhya means Atma Jnana. So right now he is not using it for Atma Jnana. Atma Jnana also he will use it later. So Durena Hyevaram Karma, Buddhi Yoga. So on the way, what is the meaning of this? This Karma Yoga is something far inferior to this, not Karma Yoga, this Karma, Kamya Karma. Kamya Karma means doing a karma, desiring the fruit of that action is something which is far inferior to Karma Yoga. Buddhi Yoga is something which is Karma Yoga. And Buddha Sharanam Anvicha. For this Buddhi, again, as I was saying, there are two levels of meaning. And Shankaracharya has noted both the meanings. Either in Karma Yoga Buddhi or Sankhya Yoga Buddhi. Buddha Sharanam Anvicha. Because he is still in the beginning stage, he has to follow this Karma Yoga Buddhi. And when this Karma Yoga matures, and it fructifies into Sankhya Yoga. So Buddhi means that particular frame of mind. He can immediately take resort to Karma Yoga, which will gradually make him eligible for the next level that is called Sankhya Buddhi. So Buddha Sharanam Anvicha, you have to seek refuge. Sharanam, we know the word called Sharanam. Sharanam is refuge. Refuge, you are saying, okay, Buddhi is the only path for me. So that is how we have to follow that Buddhi. Buddha Sharanam Anvicha. Krupanah phalahetavaha. Krupanah deenah phalahetavaha. Those who seek the fruit. Those who seek the fruit. Those who become the cause of karma phala. Phalahetavaha. Phalahetu means cause. Phalahetu means a person who is the cause for karma phala. That means he is doing the karma. He is seeking the fruit of that karma. So he is the karma phala hetu. So Krupanah phalahetavaha. Krupanah means very pitiable people. Deenaha, Krupanaha means Deenaha, very pitiable people. Why are they pitiable people? Because these people will keep on recycling. They keep on moving in that cycle of samsara. So that is how, that is why Buddhi is said to be the Sarathi. If we see that Kathopanishad, there is a image of a chariot. One body is the chariot. And the charioteer is that Jiva, who is said to be their indweller, what we call indweller, or the Jiva. Jivatma also we say. That Jivatma is the Dehi. So Atmanam Rathinam Vidhi. That Atma or Jivatma is the Rathi. Rathi means he is the owner of that body, owner of that Sharira, owner of that Ratham. And the Shariram Rathamevatu. Him to Sarathim Vidhi. Buddhi is supposed to be the Sarathi. He is supposed to be the charioteer. The owner is somebody, driver is somebody, the body is this body mind, this Shariram. And what are the horses? In olden days, of course, there were no automobiles. So naturally, he had to use the metaphor of a Ratham, chariot. So for that chariot, the owner is Atma, and the body, Ratham itself is the body, and the Indriyani Hayanahuhu, Indriyani, all these 5 sense organs, drag the chariot. And if the charioteer is not a capable man, if the chariot is not properly putting a rein, he is not properly restraining the horses, these horses will run amok. These horses will run amok. They see some sense organ and then they run for that sense organ. Again, some other sense sees some other organ and then they run. So the mind will be running like that. So Buddhi is supposed to be the Sarathi. And he is supposed to hold the reins called Manah Pragrahamevacha. Mana is called the Pragraha. In Telugu, we call it Paggam. This Paggam is the same as Sanskrit Pragraha. Pragraha in Sanskrit has become Telugu Paggam. So this Manah Pragrahamevacha, Buddhim to Sarathim Vidhi. Buddhi is supposed to be the Sarathi which is controlling the whole, the course of that Ratham. The course of the Ratham. Course means that movement, in which direction it is going. Because in modern life also, it is like that we are going at such a fast speed. But then we do not know the course, we do not know the direction in which we are going. Because every day we are driven by so much of information, every day we are driven by so many incidents, and we are just moving fast and fast and fast, and ultimately where exactly we are moving, sometimes we are confused, because we are moving, the life is moving very fast. But what is the direction? Are we moving in the right direction or not? It is something which everyone has to question himself at the end of the day. So anyway, here, Buddhau Saranam Anvicha. Buddhi, you take refuge in the Buddhi, and Buddhi is supposed to be the thing which has to guide, which is supposed to decide. Buddhi, in fact, mind, I was telling you even earlier, is generally called Antahkarana in Sanskrit. And this Antahkarana is seen at 4 levels. One is called Manas, Buddhi, Ahankara and Chitta. I think I told earlier also. Manas is the faculty of just cognizing a thing. Buddhi is the faculty of deciding what is it, what is its nature. And aham buddhi, mano buddhi, ahankara. Ahankara does not mean pride. Aham is that notion of I. Yes, I know it. I have seen it. This is mine, not mine. So something like that. And chittam is the faculty of recalling. So buddhi is very, very important for a man, even in ordinary situation. Of course, these shlokas which are told in the context of karma yoga, they can also be used by us for all normal day-to-day issues also, because they are applicable even for day-to-day activity. Then buddhau sharanam anvichya krupanaha phalahetavah krupanaha deenaha. In fact, the commentators here, they have commented on this word called krupana. Krupana is a word used in Brihadaranyaka by Yajnavalkya. Yajnavalkya says, "Oh, my dear Gargi," he tells there is another woman debater. In those days, even the women, they were all very well-read women. They were also knowing, they were all learned in Vedas. They were also debating. So he tells that lady Gargi, "Yova etadaksharam Gargi aviditva asmal lokat praiti sa krupanaha," he says. That is, "Oh Gargi, a person who does not know this Atma, a person who does not realize this Atma is the same as Brahman, such a person, he is a fool, he is a pitiable person. Asmat lokat praiti," without knowing. The greatest objective of human life is to know oneself. What is, who am I? That inquiry has to start at some point of time. Maybe even if it is old age, it is good enough. Even if it is old age, post-retirement, whatever, jignasa. Even if it is a post-retirement jignasa, it is good. Better late than never. So that is what that man says. Yajnavalkya. Yova etadaksharam Gargi aviditva, not knowing it. Asmat lokat praiti, departs from this world. Sa krupanaha. So that man is pitiable, he says. So that is, a human goal is to know what exactly we are doing and what is the ultimate objective of human life. So this krupanaha phalahetavah, those people who seek the fruit of that action and again getting recycled in this cycle of samsara, these people are highly pitiable people. They deserve to be sympathized. Next shloka he says, what does this buddhi yogi achieve? Buddhi yogi means the same karma yogi. What does he achieve? Buddhi yukto jahatiha ubhe sukruta dushkrute tasmad yogaya yujyasva yoga karmasu kaushalam. Buddhi yuktaha jahati iha ubhe sukruta dushkrute. Iha, here itself, buddhi yuktaha. If he is karma yoga yuktaha, buddhi yukta, I told you, buddhi yoga, it can mean either karma yoga or sankhya yoga. And Shankaracharya has used both the things, has given both the options, either in karma yoga buddhi or sankhya yoga buddhi. Shankaracharya says, if it is karma yoga buddhi, it is going to give you that antahkarana shuddhi, that purity of antahkarana. And with that purity of antahkarana, you will be eligible for higher things like Atma Vichara. Atma Vichara means contemplation on what is the nature of self. That is what is called Atma Vichara. So either Karma Yoga or Sankhya Yoga. Sankhya Yoga means directly that Atma Vichara, because the mind is already purified. For a person who is already having a pure mind, so that man, he is straight away eligible for that Jnana Yoga. So here Buddhi Yuktaha, that is Samatva Buddhi Yuktaha. That Samatva, we saw that word. What is that Samatva? That evenness of mind, that equanimity of mind, taking anything in its stride, whether good or bad, whether positive or negative, any result. He is capable of accepting, he is capable of taking it in the stride. So that is that Samatva Buddhi. So that Samatva Buddhi Yuktaha, Jahati means he discards, he leaves, he gets rid of these things. Iha means here itself, in this Janma itself. So in this Janma itself, if his Antahkarana is purified and if he gets into the level of Atma Vichara, even here itself, he goes beyond this Sukruta and Dushkruta. He goes beyond Punya and Papa. Because we were seeing that both Punyam and Papam, they are bondages. Papam is like iron chains. And Punyam is like golden chains. Whether you are bound in iron chains or golden chains, it doesn't matter. You are bound. So, Ve Sukruta Dushkrute, this gentleman who goes beyond, who is a Buddhi Yukta, he goes beyond this Sukruta Dushkruta. Tasmad Yogaya Yujyasva, Yoga Karma Sukausalam. Therefore, you get attached to this yoga. You get engaged in this particular yoga, karma yoga. Right now your stage is karma yoga. Yoga karmasu kaushalam. This line requires some explanation. We will see tomorrow, because this is also a line which is generally quoted. Yoga karmasu kaushalam. Sometimes you get this thing on some boards also here and there. That is, yoga is dexterity in action. In English also, nice translation is given. Yoga is dexterity in action. What is this dexterity in action? We will know tomorrow. Harihi Om Tat Sat.